Welcome, brave souls, to Tribal Shadows, where forgotten legends, haunted rituals, and ancient spirits awaken once more from the darkest corners of our world. Each week, we bring you spine-chilling stories inspired by true tribal myths and mysterious folklore that time tried to bury, but never could. Tonight, we journey deep into the heart of the Amazon jungle, where an unsuspecting outsider crosses paths with a cursed totem and unknowingly unleashes a force far beyond his understanding. So settle in, dim the lights, and let your imagination take over. And if you enjoy the shadowy tales we tell, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and share your thoughts or favorite legend you'd love to see brought to life in future episodes. Now, let the darkness guide you. This is Tribal Shadows. Moon. Dr. Thomas Everett arrived in the Amazon at the break of dawn, his boots sinking into the rich, muddy soil as the forest came alive with the sounds of insects and distant calls. He was no stranger to remote expeditions, but this place felt different, heavier, older, thick with a sense of watching eyes. He had come in search of the lost Turiapo tribe, driven by tales of their sudden disappearance centuries before. Local villagers spoke of the land as if it were a living thing. They pointed to a stretch of tangled canopy, warning him to keep away from the heart of the forest, especially at night. Legends came easily to their lips, cursed totems, vengeful shadows, souls bound to scarred trunks. He dismissed most of it, attributing the stories to superstition, but curiosity gnawed at him. Every legend, he believed, held a seed of truth. One morning, after days of hacking through undergrowth, he found it. A clearing, silent and impossibly still. In its center stood a wooden totem, unlike any he had seen in the region, weathered, painted with crimson and black, eyes inlaid with dark stones. At its base, faded carvings spiraled down into the earth, half swallowed by moss. The air was stifling. No birds, no insects, only the tense throb of his own heart. His local guide kept his distance, refusing to enter the clearing. He muttered prayers and warnings about the totem's curse, about those who trespass never returning home. But Dr. Everett was a man of science. He sketched the carvings, brushed the soil away from their roots, and, against the guide's pleading, pried loose a fragment from the totem's side to analyze later. That night, the jungle seemed to close in. The wind vanished, sweat clung to him. He heard whispers near his tent, shapes moving just past the firelight, though nothing ever came close. His guide was gone by morning. The only trace was a broken sandal by the river. The fragment he'd pilfered pulsed with an oily warmth beneath his fingers. Under his lens, he noted stains, red, as if from blood, old and sunken deep into the wood. Symbols he couldn't decipher danced before him, the same sequence looping endlessly in his sketches, impossible yet undeniable. Strange things began to happen with alarming speed. His food spoiled overnight, crawling with maggots. Tools rusted to uselessness. He found footprints circling his camp, shifting every time he blinked. His compass spun without end. The paths he cleared seemed to choke shut behind him. At dusk, he glimpsed a figure out by the totem, tall, limbs too long, eyes burning with cold light. He tried to approach, but each step forward sent him stumbling in circles, the jungle rearranging itself in ways that defied logic. Desperate, he rummaged through his notes, searching for any mention of the symbols. In the margins of a villager's tale, he found a line. The ones who bind spirits in wood never rest. Their vengeance is old as the blood they spill. Disturb the binding, and it comes undone. On the third night, Dr. Everett awoke choking, pinned by a weight on his chest. The air tasted of burning sap. He thrust out his arm, feeling for his flashlight, but found only crawling roots, slick and writhing across his skin. The darkness seethed. He glimpsed a face, painted in the same crimson and black, lips sewn shut, gaze hollow and eternal. In terror, he fled, clutching the totem fragment. The world blurred, and he stumbled into the clearing once more. The full totem loomed ahead, pulsing with malignant energy. He knew, finally, what he had to do. Returning the fragment wasn't enough. The carvings craved blood, a binding renewed. He pressed the splinter back into place, his own hands bleeding against the hungry wood. He remembered the villager's tale again, a warning. Only blood freely given could close what was torn open. He forced himself to stay as the sun rose, feeling the courtyard's pressure ease. The whispers quieted. Birds returned, hesitant but curious. He slumped to the ground, exhausted. But the forest was not done with him. The marks on his arms refused to heal. At night, he heard the same whispers even outside the jungle, echoing through hotel walls and city streets. The totem had taken his blood, his fear, but the spirit clung to him. Locals tell of a tall foreigner who wanders the jungle paths, eyes haunted and restless. Some say he searches for a way to sever the bond, to finally put the spirit to rest. Others believe the curse merely found a new vessel. In the end, Dr. Thomas Everett's tale became another legend. One more warning whispered by firelight, cautioning against disturbing what should remain forgotten. In the depths of the Amazon, the totem stands waiting, its eyes glittering in the gloom, patient and ever hungry for the next soul to stray too close.